Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Threpticon, where I discuss veganism, its lifestyle aspects, and its history. Yesterday, I encountered a new word which was being used for vegetarian or vegan, and that was Holerarius. Now, does it actually mean vegetarian, vegan? Let's find out. So I was listening to a Latin podcast called Quomodo Dicitur. I was listening to this podcast, and they used the term Holerarius to mean vegan or vegetarian. That's how they're using it. Is this correct? Where does that come from? I had never heard this term before, and this is my passion in life: vegetarianism, veganism, this kind of study. So, having not heard this term, I thought I gotta find out what this is. So here is the actual term: Holerarius or Olerarius. In Latin, you can pronounce the H. Some people do, some people don't. So it's an adjective. Okay, it's from Latin olera, which means vegetable, pretty much. So it could mean a greengrocer, so someone who sells vegetables is a olerarius, a vegetable seller. It could be a vegetable garden. I saw something like hortus olerarius, like a vegetable garden, because it's an adjective. It means something like vegetable-y, is how I'd say it. It's like vegetable-y. This is a quote from Varro, the Lingua Latina. So basically saying it means pot herb. Like in English, we have pot herb, something you put in a pot, and it comes from the word pot. Ab olla dicta. So saying that the term cholera comes from the term for pot, olla. All right. So anyway, it does mean something, or it could potentially mean something like plant-based. Cibo olerarius could be something like plant-based food. Food that consists of vegetables, legumes, because anything that grows in a garden, any kind of pot herb that you could put in a pot, is an olera. No, it would be olera. So olerarius would be anything that comes from the garden. Um, so in sum, it doesn't really mean vegetarian. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't, say I am Holerarius or Holerarius. But instead of saying plant-based, some kind of learned, super learned, elite substitution, you could say I enjoy food that is Holerarius. You could say that. So you can add this to three of my favorite adjectives: healthy, hale, whole, Holerarius, if you want. So I hope you liked that presentation today. This is a fascinating word. Um, like I said, I searched it. I couldn't find it. It doesn't exist really in classical literature. Um, yeah. So I don't know where these guys got this term. I noticed some people who teach Latin were using it for vegetarian. To me, it doesn't make really much sense to say that. Um, because even in ancient times, in the Middle Ages, the word for vegan vegetarian was Pythagorean, Pythagoricus. So they didn't use this term, but you could eat food that was made of plants. Certainly, you could eat plant-based food. Anyone can eat that. Cibo olerarius. We could all eat it. So anyway, I wouldn't say I'm, because in English we can even say I am plant-based, but it doesn't really make sense to say I am holerarius. But you could say that this is a nice holerarius plant-based dish. That would make sense. So anyway, hope you liked that. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.